shaming, but I think Carolyn does want a bag.
We've all been in situations, right? Where, you get drinking, you're having a good time and, I don't know, whatever, you touch somebody, right? We've all been where we think like, oh, it's all good and fun. You don't really know how the other person's going to interpret it. Or maybe in that moment, they kind of interpret it, a little flirty, but then later they feel violent. It's hard. It's really hard. I want to give Brandi a hug. I got to go find her here in Hollywood. And maybe I'll do a feet video with her.
I mean, you get your bag too, girl.
Yeah. Always.
Right.
Wait, I do want to ask you, do you have more inside scoop about Candy and Michael Darby's $2 million lawsuit? Michael Darby alleged that Candy Gal ruined, his reputation in the DMV. He's a builder. Been a long-time developer there. And Mr. Darby, the lawsuit thrown out. So they obviously did not feel that there was enough evidence. I'm sure they probably argued, her attorneys probably argued, dude, you put yourself on reality TV. You're a public figure. Very hard.
I mean, defamation is so hard to prove.
Hard.
I mean,
especially
me saying that like Messi G Gogacita and Josefina Gogacita have another lawsuit against them. And, why are they always being sued? And they're shady business people, the Gorgacitas. Don't get into business with the shady Gorgacitas. That's not defamation. So everybody back your asshole up. The saying that I'm Heather McDonald and I listen to all the comments that are made about me out there and I slip into people's DMs when they say bad things about me and say, I'm watching you and I'm listening.
Oh, okay, go on. I want to ask you about that.
When Heather McDonald and the rat that scurries, that is Tam, she loves Gouda, cheese, and she's in the corner getting some. When they're on Heather's podcast with Shannon and they say, Jim Bellino's trampoline park closed down because people die on the premises. That is a defamation suit. It is an actual fact that you are stating. And if someone did not die and the business is hurt because of that, that is a defamation suit. Saying the Gorgas are fucking shady. So saying Michael Darby sucks a huge dick every night, which that is not defamation. We can say Michael sucks a dick. We can say he takes it in the ass. We can say a lot of things here. Whether it is true or not, how is that defamation? First of all, is sucking dick bad? Is this a anti-gay thing here? Like, how is that bad? And then how does that hurt you in the community? Now, I know people hate the gays. You guys hate the gays. The world hates the gays. They hate the Jews. They hate the gays. They hate a lot of other people too. But this world is prejudice, girl. Let me tell you something. I don't, but the world does. So I guess Michael's trying to say that being gay and sucking a dick is not acceptable in the conservative halls of the DC. But that is not defamation, okay? Saying that, I don't know, saying something about that Australian restaurant that he had and making it very specific and then having actual business lost, that we might talk about. But no, and Candiace is so shady. She's like, I would like to thank my lawyers for giving Michael Darby exactly, for giving him exactly what he deserves from me. Nothing.
That was a good line.
Shady Candy Gal. So no, this is, of course it is thrown out. Defamation is so hard to prove. We have free speech here. Anyone that wants to come after me and try to sue me for defamation, I will ruin you. I will countersue you and ruin you. People know not to come near me and fuck with me. So it doesn't, okay, it's not about you, David. It doesn't shock me that this is, but Candy Gal is really enjoying herself on this one. She is really enjoying herself. Justice has prevailed. You gave him, Candy Gal she's taken her lap, Miss Candy Gal.
Well, here's the thing. Why do you think Mr. Darby is a smart man? I have met Mr. Darby on several occasions. Mr. Darby has done my live podcast show in DC.
Oh.
Very fun to be around. Now, do you think Mr. Darby knew he wasn't going to win, but this was just a ploy? Because, we say this on our show, and you are a lawyer, and I mean no offense, but the lawyers always win. They win in the criminal cases, unless you're broke, and then you get court appointed. They always win because the lawyers always get the most money. Divorce lawyer, they always do. So do you think this was just a ploy by Mr. Darby to go, you know what, I know I'm not going to win this, but if I can drain her of 50K for what she's done to Ashley and the things she said to me, you know, it's worth it to toy with the Candy Gal a bit? Or do you think Mr.
Possibly,
Michael
yeah.
Darby really like it hates the rumors that he's allegedly gay?
I think all of the above. I think he got his panties in a bunch and got a little upset at the rumors. I think, I told you, my friend Troy Forkey, who I'm friends with, he's the one who stood up at BravoCon and said, I fucked around with Michael Darby. So, I mean, this is a friend of mine who swears this is true, and I have no reason not to believe him. He's given me details. So I do think Michael dabbles and dibbles, Brandi dabbled and dibbled with Denise. I think Michael dabbles with dicks more than I think Kyle and Morgan are getting down with each other, to be honest with you. So I think all of the above with Mr. Darby, all of the above.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right, my love. Loving you and leaving you on
There's
this Friday.
there's a lot going on, guys.
There is. Boy, we
You know
mentioned
what?
it all.
When you
Behind the
say
Velvet Rope
people
Flash
are,
Celebration.
we do. When you say people are tired of watching the inauthenticity of RHONY or RHOA or RHOP with Jizzy Jizz and Robin, who is not talking about Juan. You know who is authentic? Us, because we say whatever fucking comes to our goddamn minds and feel at the time. So
Wait, can you mention the tea? I love it. Did you pop up on Reddit this week for a post about does Heather McDonald intimidate the gays? And
that,
your
first of all, is
hard
an
convo
that is an old post
oh,
that
okay.
somebody sent to me after I revealed they were talking about they said there's two examples, what she did to Justin Martindale and what she did to David Yontef. Someone sent me this is like, you're on Reddit. I'm like, I'm all over Reddit. People fucking hate me on Reddit. I don't sit there
I
and
hate
fucking read it.
everybody who it's like
Exactly. But apparently someone listened to my show last year. When listen, there's no coincidences in the world. I know how these things work. I said something about Heather, which wasn't even that nasty, but I implied like, oh, please. And the day after I said that, because the rumor is Heather listens and scurries wherever there is a little nugget about her online. The day after I said something like this about her on my show, it had nothing to do with me arriving in LA last year when I decided to split my time between New York and the Hamptons in LA. It was that I was in LA, but it was the day after I said something like, oh, Heather McDonald, please, thirsty, or something like that. The day after that, out of nowhere, I get my first ever DM from Heather that says, I heard you arrived in my city.